what does OCGenie do? It's a highly complicated process. When you push the button, you activate the OCGenie process. Then it starts to detect the CPU. Then it detects the best voltage and the best clock. Then it do very brief test this voltage and the clock. If the test fail, OCGenie watchdog will intercept this signal and send back to the OCGenie and redetect again until it finds the best overclocking setting. For the memory part, it's even more complicated because it has to detect the ratio, clock, timing, and voltage. After the detect process is complete, he will write all the overclocking settings back to the BIOS and boot out the system. It's very complicated, but all you need to do is press the button, and OCGenie will do the rest for you. And this detect process only needs few seconds. So, press the button, turn on the computer, and OCGenie do the overclocking for you. It's server class 3-in-1. 3-in-1 MOSFET. It combines top side MOSFET and bottom side MOSFET and driver IC into one chip. So it can provide the best power supply to CPU, memory, and the chipset. And it also has the highest power efficiency. And you can see this is P55 GD80, MSI P55. And we have 10-phase Dr. MOS on the CPU, and 2-phase Dr. MOS on memory, 2-phase on the chipset. And GD65 has 7-phase Dr. MOS on the CPU. As you know, our competitors go for the multi-phase solution. Now they have 12, 24, 32, 48, maybe even bigger in the future. They have so many phases around the CPU. You can see there are a lot of components around the CPU. It's very crowded. But is that multi-phase solution really that good? Actually, we run some internal tests again. We see 1-phase Dr. MOS is better than 4-phase traditional MOSFET in terms of efficiency, power loss, and the speed. The most important spec of most MOSFET is the switching frequency. The MOSFET turn on and turn off very quickly to output the very stable voltage. But the Dr. MOS, the switch frequency of Dr. MOS is 400% faster than traditional MOSFET. So it can output 400% more stable voltage on the motherboard. So the efficiency of a 1-phase Dr. MOS is higher than 4-phase traditional MOSFET. It's 38% higher. And the power loss is lower. It's 4 watts lower than traditional MOSFET. So Dr. MOS, higher efficiency, lower power loss. Next. Let me summarize. The key feature of the extreme speed. OCGenie, world first auto overclocking process. Auto detect your hardware solution, hardware configuration, and do the overclocking for you. User don't need to know any overclocking knowledge. Super pipe is the thickest 8mm heat pipe in the world. 50-degree lower temperature, better than 2 ounce PCB. Dr. MOS, server class, 3-in-1 MOSFET, the fastest MOSFET in the world. And 1-phase Dr. MOS is better than 4-phase traditional MOSFET. And it can provide best power supply, most stable power supply, and the highest efficiency. So, we just break some world record. We use the P55 GD80 motherboard, and the cooler is a famous overclocker in the Taiwan. And we just break the world record to 5.4 gigahertz using MSI P55. And V key contains two parts. First, V checkpoint, also suggested by many overclockers. You can use your multimeter to measure the voltage of the CPU and memory and the chipset and VTT. You can see there are 6 holes on the V checkpoint, and 2 of them is ground. So you can measure the voltage, measure 2 different voltage at the same time. And the V switch, when you flip this switch, you can instantly increase 0.1 or 0.2 volt to CPU, VTT, and memory, and the chipset. It's also very useful for overclocking. Besides these hardware features, we also have very powerful BIOS. First, M-Flash. I'm sure you all know our competitors go for the dual BIOS or triple BIOS, even triple BIOS solution. So if one BIOS fails, the other BIOS can recover it. But there's only one chance or maybe 2 chances on the triple BIOS. But how about unlimited recovery? It's what M-Flash do. For example, you can save the BIOS into the USB drive and plug it into the system. Then refresh the BIOS on the motherboard by using M-Flash. Or you can save the BIOS on the motherboard back to the USB drive. And the most interesting part is you can load BIOS in the USB drive, even the BIOS on the motherboard is damaged. So maybe you got a beta BIOS from MSI and you want to try it, but you don't want to refresh into the motherboard. You can just save into the USB drive and plug in the system. Then you can boot up the system by loading the BIOS in the USB drive. It's very convenient and especially stable. It's a very complicated feature, but it's very useful. Also suggested by the overclocker. Many overclockers knows the most demanding part of the Windows loading is when Windows is loading. It's very demanding. So many overclockers will put out a system with relatively low clock. Then after when they log into the Windows, they use some software to increase the clock, because this loading part is very demanding, and it will cause the overclocking fail. So we implement OC staging feature in the BIOS. You can set a target frequency, for example, 160 in the BIOS, and you enable the OC staging. And you can set the basic overclocking setting, basic clock setting, like 133, and the OC step is 10, and timer is 2 seconds. When the system boot up, it will boot up with 133 megahertz until log into the BIOS. After log into the Windows, it will start from 133, increase 10 megahertz every 2 seconds until it reach 160. So you can bypass this demanding part and increase the successful rate of overclocking. It's very useful. Besides the hardware and the BIOS, we also have new bundle software in the MSI P55, and we call it Control Center. You can adjust clock and the memory timing, voltage, anything in the BIOS you can control by using this software. Next. And besides the overclocking part, we also include green power function inside the control center. Now you can see how many phases is turned on the CPU or memory or the chipset, and you can adjust this power phase by your own. And this Dr. Morse map is very special. You can see the temperature of each Dr. Morse and see the operation condition We always say the Dr. Morse has lower temperature. Now we have proof. The Dr. Morse always maintain around 30 degrees